Hey, future CPAs, welcome. Today, we're cracking the code on a law that is, and I mean this, absolutely critical for your LECPA journey. We're talking about Republic Act 11-2010, but you probably know it as the 105-day expanded maternity leave law. This one is huge, so let's make sure these numbers get locked into your brain for good.
All right, let's jump right in with a little study hack. Instead of slogging through the entire law from the start, let's begin with the answer. So, for the board exams, what's the one number, the single most important digit you need to pull from this entire law? What do you think?
That's it. 105. Seriously, if you remember nothing else, remember 105. This number is the core. It's the foundation of everything we're about to talk about. Think of it as your mental anchor. Every other detail just ties back to this one number. Got it? 105.
So here's our game plan to make sure you totally own this topic. We'll start with the main 105-day benefit, then we'll check out some key variations, see how the leave can be shared, figure out who's covered, and wrap it all up with a super fast bullet review to really drill it in for exam day. Let's do this.
First things first, the main event. Let's really dig into the number one rule of this law, which, you guessed it, is all about that key number.
So here's the bottom line. The law gives 105 days of paid maternity leave. Now, listen up, because here's a classic detail the board exams love to test you on. It makes absolutely no difference if the delivery is normal or caesarean. It's a flat 105 days either way. They made it simple, so don't get tripped up. It's just 105 days, period.
Okay, so you've got 105 locked in. Awesome. But let's build on that. There are a couple of other important numbers you've got to know that cover some different, really specific situations.
The next number to burn into your memory is 60. Now, this applies in the really unfortunate event of a miscarriage or an emergency termination of the pregnancy. In those cases, the law provides 60 days of paid leave. So it's a different situation, and that means it's a different number. Just think 105 for a live birth, 60 for a miscarriage.
Now, the law also gives some extra support where it's really needed. For qualified solo mothers, there's a bonus, an additional 15 paid days. So how does the math work? Simple. You just take that standard 105 days and you add this solo parent bonus of 15. That gives them a grand total of 120 days. Definitely a number to remember.
All right, this next part is where the law gets, a bit more modern and flexible. It gets that raising a kid is a team sport. So let's talk about how a new mom can actually share or transfer some of this leave.
This is the kind of question that just screams board exam. So, does the mother have to use all 105 days herself, or can she pass some of it on? Well, the answer is yes, she totally can. But, of course, there are rules.
And here are those rules, broken down nice and simple. First, the mom can choose to share up to 7 days of her paid leave. The magic number here is 7. Second, the go-to person to receive those days is the child's father, and it doesn't matter if they're married or not. And third, what if the dad isn't in the picture or can't help out? Well, she can give those 7 days to an alternate caregiver, like a grandparent or another relative.
Okay, another hot spot for exam questions is always about scope and coverage. I mean, who exactly gets these benefits? Let's make this crystal clear, because the answer is probably a lot wider than you think.
The easiest way to remember this is that the law is basically universal. It covers female workers in the private sector, of course, in the public sector, so government jobs, yep, and, this is the big one, even those in the informal economy. We're talking self-employed people, freelancers, voluntary SSS members. The main takeaway here, the coverage is comprehensive. It's for everyone.
All right, we've covered all the core ideas, so now let's switch gears and go into lightning round mode. This is your ultimate cram sheet. We're going to put it all together on one slide so you can screenshot this with your brain and pull it up right before the boards.
Okay, let's nail this. Ready? Main benefit, 105 paid days. Doesn't matter how the baby is delivered. Miscarriage, 60 paid days. Bonus for solo parents, an extra 15 paid days. How many days can you share? Up to 7. Who can you share it with? The dad or an alternate caregiver. Who's covered? Everybody, private, public, and informal. And one last super important point, this benefit applies to every single pregnancy. The old 4-pregnancy limit, gone. That is a massive change.
So look, we've hammered down the numbers you need for the LCPA. You've got this. But let's end with a bigger thought. Just for a second. When a law provides this kind of support, how does it change how we look at an employee? How does it redefine their value as more than just their daily productivity, but as, a whole person? Just some food for thought.
That's it for this one. Now go crush those exams.